Germany's trade balance was disappointing as it did not reach the expected 17.3 billion euros for February. Germany has been criticised for relying too much on exports and not importing enough to boost other European economies. German imports rose to their highest level in 23 years. I'm joined on the line by Carsten Brzeski, senior economist at ING in Brussels. So Carsten, would you see this as a positive sign of recovery for the Eurozone as a whole? And do you think we will see this trend continue?
To be honest, I think this is not a trend reversal right now. I think what we do see here is, yes, it's positive from the import side, but the export side has been rather disappointing, and I think this rather shows that the emerging market woes that we had at the beginning of this year are really feeding through into the German economy. So I would rather see this as a sign of caution that Germany is also suffering from slowdowns elsewhere in the economy rather than a good sign of Eurozone rebalancing.
Germany's high current account surplus, which has been a target of criticism in recent months, fell to 13.9 billion in February, from 15.2 billion the previous month. So Carsten, what do you think?
I think, of course, in this European context, it's a good sign. But again, here it comes really from weaker than expected exports, and I think that this is not the policy prescription that the European Commission and other countries had been giving to Germany, because no one had been criticizing Germany for too good or too strong exports, but for too little imports. Now that the current account surplus is shrinking a bit, only due to imports, but also due to shrinking exports, I think is not the best case or not the best scenario for the Eurozone.
Angela Merkel's cabinet yesterday approved a reform of Germany's renewable energy law designed to curb an increase in the cost of electricity. Now, Carsten, do you think this reform will be successful? And what sort of impact will it have on the energy sector?
Obviously, it's still a long shot. We've seen first positive signs from the reform. At the same time, we also do see that it is increasing energy costs for the entire economy right now, especially for households in Germany. If you look at the dependence of the entire German economy on foreign, let's say, resources, on Russian gas, on other countries' energy resources, it is highly crucial for the economy to become more self-sustained, to really continue with this reform towards renewable energies. To be honest, the jury is still out. It is probably one of the biggest political challenges Germany had been facing over the last decades. It's just we have to hope and we have to wish that this reform is continuing, that it will have a successful end, so that in the end Germany will be less dependent on external resources, have an own renewable energy sector without having lost its own industry base and without having put an enormous burden on its households.
Carsten, it was a pleasure speaking to you today. Well, viewers, do stay tuned as we have plenty more economic updates heading your way. Goodbye for now.